Hi besties, what's up? My name is Makenzie and welcome to my channel and welcome to a very exciting video. So as you guys can tell from the title, thumbnail, what have you, today what we are going to be doing is going over my August TBR. First, before we get into it, I just want to say I am so sorry. I know I promised you guys a summer TBR and I promised you guys a July TBR, or it was my full intention to do that. And unfortunately for me, the SD card that had both of those videos on them got stuck in my old camera and got ruined somehow. So I apologize that those videos were not uploaded. I also now realize that you guys can literally see my pile of clean clothes that I need to fold. 1 second, sorry. You can still kind of see it in the frame. We're just gonna pretend that we don't see it, okay? Sorry, you would think with a toddler I'd have more spatial awareness. I don't. In fact, I probably have less now because she has not. But anyway, I apologize for no TBR videos last month. It was not my intention, but it is what happened. So I got a new camera. I'm not filming on that because I have no SD cards with storage now, because that one was supposed to be my sit down video camera. I do think I was filming a vlog on it. I really hope I wasn't, but I think I was, so I'm bummed that I lost all that footage, but I guess we will just kind of see what happens. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. It's been a year. And I feel like all the little things that could go wrong just are really piling on top of the big things that have gone wrong. But anyway, all that to say, we're back with another TBR video. Freaking finally. I'm really excited about this. So first, I wanted to talk about the Full Moon Readathon, which is a readathon that I'm going to be participating in. It's hosted by Jan over at Jan Agathon. I will link her channel down below. I love her channel. I will also link the announcement down below. If I forget to do it for some reason, please bully me in the comments. Thank you. But hopefully I won't forget. So this readathon, I believe, is happening between August 3rd and August 13th. So I'm really excited about it. I believe is this her like 5th or 6th year hosting it? I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm really excited to participate. I feel like I actually think this is the first year I've participated. I don't know. I don't remember. A brain is not with us today, but I wanted to first go over the prompts for that and the character card. I will put the character card on the screen, but basically, I'm not going to pick books for this yet. We still have about a week left of August or July, so I don't want to say I'm going to read books for this and then end up reading them in July by accident. So we're just going to go over the prompts and I will kind of have a more sensed on TBR for that. After I pick the 5 prompts, first character card you can either collect all 4 character cards or you can do the whole board and collect all of them. I'm gonna try to collect all of them, see if I can multiple prompts with a single book. We'll just have to see how that goes. But the first character we have is the Mothman, and for that we have a book with foiling on the cover or edges, read 100 pages in 1 day, and then we also have the self-care prompt, or the active prompt, I guess you could call it, and that is post a photo with black and red. Then next we have I think it's a Kraken, but we have read a book with a mystery, water on the cover, and hydrate, finish a bottle of water. Then I don't remember what she called this character, so I'm so sorry, but we have this next character, and the prompts for that one are a book set in the US, a book with sports involved, and watching something spooky. So we can do that. And then the last one we have is the Yeti character, which is a book with winter vibes, a book in between 200 to 400 pages, and have a cold treat. So I feel like that'll all be really easy. I know that you guys probably cannot see that right now, but there is everything. I'm very excited to participate this year. I feel like I've always meant to participate in Jan's readathons, and I always end up with a new special interest that week. I think the first Jan readathon that I ever participated in, I got addicted to Animal Crossing that week, and that's all I did. So I don't know though. My new special interest is watching Young Blood edits and 5 Sauce videos. Not music videos, like videos of them just being like honestly the best humans ever. I love 5 Sauce. I've always loved them, but I did not realize how deep my love for them ran. So I feel like my 5 Sauce era is about to come back, which is great. But yeah, and then Youngblood, actually, I do not listen to his music, but I'm going to start because I love that man as well. I don't know, he just seems so genuine and such a great person. Obviously, like, sorry, I should not be talking about this in the TBR video, but it's fine. It's fine, guys. They're just, and take this with a pinch of salt, right? Or a grain of salt, more like, because we don't really know what celebrities are like. You know, we don't really know what they're like in person. And that goes for anybody that you see on the internet and stuff. I'm especially wary of celebrities and stuff, but I don't know. All of those guys just seem so genuine. Like, I would not be scared crossing them in a dark alley. And that's saying a lot because I feel like most of the men nowadays, unfortunately, I would not want to pass them in a dark alley. So Love the Five Sauce Men. Love what I've seen from Youngblood. And I have listened to a couple of his songs, and I really like them. I'm feeling really pulled to his music right now, which is interesting, like listening to it and figuring everything out. So I'm excited about that. I don't know. It's just so great. So great. But anyway, sorry. Getting back on track. Hopefully I don't find another special interest to hyperfixate on while I'm trying to do this readathon, but I guess we will see. So now for the prompts. I know I usually go crazy. Actually, last month I literally picked 10 prompts and then I couldn't even use the video, so that sucks. But I'm only going to choose 5 prompts this month, as opposed to my usual 7, because if I cannot fit any of the books on here onto like my readathon TBR for the full moon readathon, I don't want to overwhelm myself. And you know, we all know that I'm a mood reader anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I also think it would be really fun if I have time or if I can get the book. I don't know if the August Patreon buddy read has been posted for Jan's Patreon yet, but I would love to read that as well if it is posted. Sorry, I don't have time to be going on side quests. Oh, by the way, you guys want to hear something fun? It is literally 11:32 at night. Stephen went on a page-in, which he doesn't usually go on this late, but I digress. He went in on a page-in. Why won't it let me sign it? Thank you. And it could either be 20 minutes or 20 hours. It just depends. It sounds like they've had a lot of busyness today. Actually, there was a whole field that set on fire. So sorry. Patreon just had to send me a code to get into my Patreon app. Okay, I will catch up with my favorite creators. That is my goal. Okay, let's go to Jan's page. Also, not to sell you stuff, I really do love all the Patreons I'm a part of. I would really recommend Jan's as well. I just love that. But yeah, anyway, I do not think August Full Moon Book Club, I think, is that different than the Patreon one? Shows how much I freaking pay attention to anything. I'm so sorry. Oh, August Bloody Read. Okay, that is what I am looking for. So, I don't know. The poll hasn't ended, but I am going to vote. It looks like The Night and the Moth is winning. So, not to spoil that for anybody in case you are, I don't know when you're watching this, but it looks like The Night and the Moth is winning, which is perfect. I'd love to read that. So, we're going to keep that in our mind. I actually think that the copy I have of that has foiling on the cover, so I could use it for that prompt. But anyway, enough side quests. I'd love to read that book during the readathon if it ends up winning. We will see. But let's get back to the task at hand. 5 prompts. I'm really excited about it. And then we will kind of go over maybe a few more books that I would like to read throughout the month if I do have the time. I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but I feel like my reading year, I'm happy with the amount of books that I've read so far this year, but I just feel like it hasn't really been going according to plan, which is fine. But anyway, the other thing that I really want to make sure that I'm trying to do, not necessarily for the readathon, but just in general for the rest of the year, is I really need to read my 26 books on my TBR this year, even if that means foregoing, like Stephen put the second most recent Abby Jimenez book on my TBR, the one that came out last year, and I was going to read all of her other books before I read that one, but I don't know that that's going to be an option, so we'll just figure that out. I don't know. I need to do a mid-year like actual sit-down check-in video with you guys, but anyway, I digress. We need to get some of those books on this TBR if we can, and then obviously my summer TBR I'd like to. You can kind of see it right there. I also have a video that I really would like to film after the full moon readathon, so we'll see if I can do that. We'll see what happens. So without further ado, let's get into the first prompt. So we got the official first prompt of August. Let us see what prompt number 1 has in store for us. So prompt number 1 is a book set in New York. Wonderful. I don't think any of the books I have on my, I don't think any of the books that I have on my summer TBR are set in New York that I know of anyway. I don't think they are. There's actually no way that I found one. Okay, let me show you. This was a Hail Mary. I'm so excited though. I have not started this, so ignore the bookmark, but I just bought this at Barnes & Noble the other day. Into the Blue by Emma Brody. I'm really excited. This actually fits into one of my videos that I really want to film perfectly. So we have this. So I will try to give you synopses the best I can, but honestly, I read synopses and then promptly forget about what the book is about. That's how I like to go into books. But I believe this is a love story that is set, I think it could be past and present, but I know it's set through the years between these two people. And I thought that they were singers, but it looks like they're TV production managers possibly, or they're just in a movie, but I don't know. I'm really excited to read this. I'm excited. I feel really good about this book. Stephen, bless his heart, when I came home with this, he was like, so what book did you buy? And he asked me to explain what it was about to him, and I couldn't do it because I know what the synopses are of books because I've read 100 people, or no, I haven't watched 100 people read it, but I've seen multiple people read this, and they've all synopsized it for me. But anyway, that is the first prompt. And hopefully that's not the only book that I have out here that I can use, but I guess we will see. All right, next. I want this one. For prompt number 2, we have read a book inspired by the last song you listened to. A book inspired by the last song you listened to. Ooh, I know it was a 5 Sauce song, but I don't remember what it was. Do I have Spotify on here? I've been listening to the Youngblood album by them, which is my favorite album by them. I haven't listened to it. Is that really the last song I listened to? Because I don't know. It is not, because I was not listening to this. Okay, I was not listening on my iPad, so no, it is not. But anyway, love that album. I have not listened. I've listened to their newest one, but I have not listened to 5 Sauce 5, so I'm a fake fan. But let me get on my phone and see what the last song I listened to was. Hold please. All right, I actually think I pulled, okay, I was in the middle of listening to Castaways by 5 Sauce, and then I got home, had to pull the kid out of the car, the kid being Oakley, sorry, my toddler. I had to pull my toddler out of the car, but the last song I was listening to before I paused it and was alert was Castaways by 5 Sauce. And basically the lyrics, maybe I should pull them up on my iPad so that we can kind of talk through what I'm thinking here. Which album is it on? It's not. Is it on? Sounds Good, Feels Good? Yes, it is. Young love closed the chapter. There's no ever after. Fell fast, ended faster. Late night conversations led to complications. Now my heart is in my hands because you walked out and left me stranded. Nothing left but picture frames. And I keep on asking myself, how'd we drift so far away from where we left off yesterday? I'm lonely like a castaway. And the first song I thought about when I read the first couple lines was actually Magnolia Parks. I don't know how accurate that is because I know that PJ, is that his? BJ. I know that BJ and Magnolia have a very tumultuous and toxic relationship, but that's kind of the first thing I thought of. I'm also thinking, I think it would be fun to do a second chance romance. Can't think of one off of the top of my head that I have. I will look on my shelf really quick and see if, honestly, I have a lot of Carly Fortune books, and that's kind of what I'm thinking I might go towards. All right, cutie besties, let me talk you through everything before I tell you what I think I'm gonna land on. So, we have this whole stack of books. Oh, not that. Okay, we have this whole stack of books from my summer TBR. So first we have, let's go with the 2 that don't really count, I don't think. Actually, I don't know why I grabbed the favorites. Why did I grab the favorites? Oh, well, actually, okay, so Meet Me at the Lake is a second chance romance, it looks like. A chance encounter that spiraled into a day-long adventure in the city. The timing was wrong, but their connection was undeniable. They shared every secret, every dream, and made a pact to meet again 1 year later. Fern showed up, but Will did not. So, I mean, technically, it's not necessarily a relationship that started, that someone left, but we have this one. And then we have The Favorites by Lane Fargo, which the reason I say that it kind of works is because if you don't know, this book follows 2 world famous Olympian athletes. They are figure skaters. So something big happens and they kind of end up breaking apart from one another, and it's been 10 years. And people all of a sudden are interested in kind of what happened and they want to make a documentary. But our main female character does not want, basically, she doesn't want this documentary to be made. She's telling her story from the childhood tragedies that created her all-consuming bond with Heath to the clash of desires that tore them apart. Sensational rumors have haunted their every step for years, but the truth may be even more shocking than the headlines. So I feel like this also kind of counts. So I feel like these would actually be kind of good contenders. I understand, really I should be looking for a heartbreak book, but yeah, anyway. Then we have our Infinite Fates, and if you don't know, this book follows our 2 main characters, and they are basically cursed in a sense to always find each other and fall in love, but one ends up always killing the other. And in this book, it's their last meeting, and they're trying to figure out kind of how to stop it, I believe. I really think that this, I really feel like this, it kind of counts the least, but that's definitely something. And then we have Pictures of You, which follows our female main character who got in a car accident, I believe, and she has amnesia, which actually this would be perfect for amnesia. I know I was listening to that earlier tonight. That's I guess I don't really know what song I listened to before Castaways, but I know that I listened to Amnesia and Ghost of You, so I feel like this would go really well with all 3 songs combined. But her name is Evie. Yeah, she gets into this fatal car accident and she forgets everything, and so now she's really left with not really knowing what's going on. The only tie that she kind of has to her past is this guy who I believe that he refuses to tell her who he is. Well, I mean, he's her best friend from high school, but she doesn't know how he kind of is involved in all of this, if that makes sense. So we have that one, but I think I need to choose the book on my TBR that is literally has to do with a picture. Now, I don't know, I really hope this actually counts. I will probably read like pictures of you and Meet Me at the Lake this year as well, or this month as well. I feel like we gotta go with My Friends by Frederick Bachman, right? Oh my gosh, I cannot say his name, sorry. My Friends by Frederick Bachman, there we go. Because yeah, it follows, I believe it follows the lives of the four people, let's see. Most people don't notice them. Three tiny figures sitting at the end of a long pier in the corner of one of the most famous paintings in the world. Most think it's only a depiction of the sea, but Louisa, an aspiring artist herself, knows otherwise. 25 years earlier, in a distant seaside town, a group of teenagers find refuge from their bruising home lives by spending long summer days on an abandoned pier, sharing jokes and secrets while committing small acts of rebellion. Out of that summer emerges a transcendent work of art, a painting that will unexpectedly be placed into an 18-year-old Louisa's car. She embarks on a surprise-filled cross-country journey to learn how the painting came to be. So we could do that because technically you could say these people in this painting were like nothing left but a painting. This is hard. I feel like, honestly, I feel like it's really a toss-up between these two, and I don't know which one to choose. Well, it's a toss-up between all of them, but man, I want to choose all of them. Honestly, I want to choose the top three, but like, I really should not be doing that, but, and then we have Magnolia Parks too. So I feel like maybe, I know I just went over all of these books, but I actually kind of think Magnolia Parks maybe fits the prompt a little bit better. So we're going to choose Magnolia Parks. If you disagree with me, if you've read any of those other books that I mentioned and disagree with what I just said, you should let me know. But I think I'm going to choose that. Just know that the stack of books is going to be right here next to me in case I want to reference it again. Next, we have prompt number 3. Oh, this prompt is worse for wear. My toddler likes to dump these all over the floor and then I have to pick them up. So I guess we can choose this one. Let's see. A book with 5 or more words in the title. Meet Me at the Lake. You guys, I do know how to count. Okay, we're gonna choose Meet Me at the Lake. We've already went over this, but I'm very excited. I read Carly Fortune's first book, and I can't remember what it's called at the moment, but I did read that this month, I believe. It's been a long month. Don't ask me about it, but I believe I read it this month, and I really, really loved it. Every Summer After is what it's called. I really liked it, so I'm excited to read Meet Me at the Lake. I am a little bit concerned about this because I feel like I haven't heard the best things, but I guess we'll see. And then next we have prompt number 4. Okay. I don't know what this says, but this prompt has been sticking out like a sore thumb to me this whole video, and I wanted to pick it, so let's just pick it. A book with a holiday or season in the title. Okay, so a holiday or season. I know what I'm gonna choose. Don't be mad at me. We're gonna put another Carly Fortune book on here. This summer will be different. You guys, it's too perfect. It's too perfect to pass up. So this summer will be different. Let's see. This is Best Friend's Brother. Okay, actually, yeah. Yep. That's all I need to know. So that's gonna be the 4th book on the TBR. Was not expecting to pull 2 Carly Fortune books, but I'm excited about that because I do want to read all the books that I have by her, which is 1 more. So let's see if we can fit 1 Golden Summer on here as well. Is it 1 Golden Summer? I don't have her most recent book because it's not out in paperback yet, but I will be buying that as well. Okay, let's pick the last prompt, guys. Let's pick the last prompt. Are there any ones that are sticking out to me? I felt one that I wanted, but we'll go with this one. I should have grabbed the one that I wanted to, but I was not paying any attention when I was trying to grab things. So let's see. Prompt number 5 is a book with mythological creatures in it. Of course. I know what I could choose. Okay, this actually works out perfectly because I really wanted to read this book for video next month as well. I have like 3 main videos, or 2 other videos besides, like, you know, the Readathon video that I want to post or film. So this actually goes perfectly. A Soul to Heal by Opal Rain. Okay, so these feature Duskwalkers is what they're called in this world. I believe they're based off of Wendigos, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. So if I'm not, please let me, I don't know. It's not allowed to be said in her Discord. So I don't know. And it took me forever to figure out what word I was not allowed to say. But there's also another series that I love that has Wendigos in it, and it says it. So I hope I'm not being offensive saying it. I apologize if I am, but if you don't know, I believe this book, or the series in general, is just interconnected standalones. Basically we follow these Duskwalkers and these girls. I don't know what the story is behind this relationship, but basically these Duskwalkers can only, they basically start off as animals, kind of ripping and killing anybody that they want to, but the more human souls they like, or the more humans they eat, I guess. I don't know if they ingest their souls, I don't remember, but the more humans that they eat, the more human they become. And yeah, I really loved the first book, so I'm excited to read this, and these covers are so beautiful. I will never shut up about them. But yeah, so I guess that is the last one we have on the TBR. So now I guess we could talk about a couple of books that I definitely want to get to. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune, I already mentioned that one. These two definitely want to get to. The Dread Descendant, I really want to get to. There was just a new like version released from the author, so I'd love to get to that. I really need to finish the Serpent and Dove trilogy by Shelby Mahurin. I am still in the middle of book 2, so I'd like to read that as well. I feel like I'd really like to get back into Fortuna Sworn if I could. I need to kind of read that one more physically than the other ones, because I want to fix my tabs on it, but that should be easy enough. I also want to start my reread of the Marionettes books by Katie Wismer, because I believe the like unofficial 5th book in that series is getting released sometime soon. I also have an arc of Not Another Happily Ever After, I believe is what it's called, and I'm really excited about that as well. It should be coming to me. I'm not hopeful that I'm gonna get it, actually. I'm kind of nervous I'm not gonna get it, actually, even though I was sent an email confirming that I was gonna get it. I just haven't received it yet, and it's supposed to be sent out by, I mean, literally 12 o'clock at this point, so by like the 27th. I'm filming this on July 25th, so I guess we'll see if that ends up happening. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be really bummed. I really want to read that book. I know that there are probably new releases that I'm gonna want to read. I applied for an arc of Chasing Hope, I believe is what it's called, by Mads Rafferty. I would love to read that book. I need to read the 2nd book in that series. They're interconnected like hockey romance books. They have hockey in them, but they're more hard-hitting contemporary books that will rip your heartstrings out, so be careful. Proceed with caution, but I would really like to read that if I get the arc, obviously. And then, I mean, before that, I need to read Fighting Chance, which I am really excited about reading. That would fit really well into my video with A Soul to Heal, so I need to find one more book for that. I think it's finally time. I would really like to read Binding 13. That book has evaded me long enough, and honestly, I don't know that my mental health is ever gonna be good enough to read that video or book. Oh my gosh, read that book. So I might just hop into that. The 2nd book is on my 2026 TBR because my husband picked it, and bless his heart, he does not know the books that I've read, and I kept telling him no, like, you can't pick that one because I've already read it. So I would really like to finish like a ton of books I'm in the middle of too. I'm in the middle of so many books, not on purpose, just one of those things that I have really been struggling finishing books, not necessarily starting them, but finishing them for sure. So yeah, I think those are all my reading plans for this month. I'm really, well, for next month, I guess, technically this month when you see it, but anyway, I'm really excited for my reading plans in August. I really hope that I can pull myself out of whatever reading slump I'm in and just like read to my heart's content. It's been a really rough July. I literally hate July so much. I feel bad saying that, but I just hate July so much. I'm ready for it to be over. This has been literally the worst month of my life. Literally the worst month of my life. I feel like I can't catch a break this year. I feel like every time I'm in a good mental space, I literally get like 2 middle fingers to my face and then punched in the face and then punched in the gut and then hit by a car and then kicked in the side after getting hit by the car, you know? I feel like I just can't catch a break. So hopefully August will be a little bit less eventful. I pray, like, double knock on wood. I'm just having a really rough time, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling a lot better than I was at the beginning of July, but there's still days that I'm like really struggling. This year's just been really bad. It's been really bad. And I know I don't really want to get into it, but only the real ones are staying this long, let's be real. So I found out I was pregnant with baby number 2 in June, and I was so excited. And unfortunately, we lost the baby at 7.5 weeks, which has been the worst, most isolating feeling I have ever felt in my life. And it sucks because I know plenty of people who've had miscarriages, so it's not like I know that I'm not the only one, but it just feels so isolating and alone when you're going through it. And bless Steven's heart, he's been there for me, but you know, it's not the same for me. Like, it's not like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. And I knew I was gonna lose the baby when I found out I was pregnant. I just had this gut feeling, and I don't want anybody to judge me for that, but I don't know, took the pregnancy test and I was so excited and I was crying, but I was like, I just don't feel good about this pregnancy. And yeah, I miscarried. So it's been a really freaking tough year. Yeah. I really hope, I just can't handle anything else this year, to be honest. I don't even. But the pain is getting less and less every day, so I'm grateful for that. It's just been terrible. It's literally been terrible. I cannot explain to you how just like heartbroken I've been, because I was so excited. And you know, I will be honest, logically speaking, now is, I mean, obviously we would have had 8 months to figure it out, because you figure out after a month being pregnant. But I think that next year, something that might happen around February or March, I think that would have caused a lot of financial strain on us if I had to go on maternity leave. So I'm glad it's not happening, like, not glad, but like, it really wasn't the right timing. And you know, you never know what, I mean, I will never know what caused this miscarriage. I'm just assuming that the embryo, for whatever reason, was just not compatible with life, even though we heard the heart, well, we didn't hear the heartbeat, but there was a heartbeat. So I know two people who are watching my channel who may not want kids, you probably don't get it, and that's okay. I would never wish, knowing this, like, I would never wish this feeling of pain and isolation on anybody. This pregnancy was a lot different for me. Sorry to like get into it, oh my gosh, but I felt different because now that I have Oakley, like, I know, yeah, it's hard work. I'm not gonna lie, being a mom is no cakewalk, okay? It's really rough not most days, really rough some days, and it makes you want to rip out your hair and you know, scream into a pillow some days. It's been the best. I love Oakley, and knowing how much I love Oakley, how much I look forward to like seeing her every day and watching her grow up, like, I just felt an instant love for this baby. And I loved Oakley when I was pregnant with her too, obviously, but like, it was just different. It's different now that I know what I'm like missing. It's, you know, it's just been hard. This isn't really the video I thought I was going to talk about this, and I know that I mentioned it in my last Summerween vlog, so hopefully that goes up before this. But it's been I don't know. There's been other stuff going on in the background too. Like, there's been other stuff going on in the background, so it's not only this, but like my mental health in February and most of March was literally scum on the bottom of a molded trash can. Literally, it was so bad. It was so bad. So it's just, I literally had a week off of work that I could have like sat and read basically however much I wanted to, and I just couldn't focus on reading. And that's kind of how it's been this time. And there's a lot more that goes into like the miscarriage. You know, I've been going to doctor's visits every week basically for the past couple months. I've been to the ER twice. It's been really rough. I'm still going in and getting blood drawn, which also still freaking sucks because all it does is just bring up the feelings. It just sucks. Anyway, sorry to like not, sorry to bring down the vibes of the video. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting to talk about this, but I guess let's hurry and go over the TBR one more time and then the official TBR, because I do plan on trying to get to all of these books if I possibly can. So I guess let's just start from the top. I'm not gonna hold the books up again, sorry. I don't feel like doing that. But the first prompt we have is a book set in New York, and for that I did Into the Blue by Emma Brody. Then we have Read a Book inspired by the last song you listened to, and the last song I listened to was Cast Away by 5 Seconds of Summer. And the book that I chose for that was Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I really feel like that goes well together. Again, if you feel like one of the other books that I mentioned goes better with it, you can let me know. But I mean, I do still really want to read My Friends, Pictures of You, stuff like that. So I really want to read those two this month. So I guess it doesn't really matter because I will hopefully be getting to both of those. And then we have a book with 5 or more words in the title, and for that one I did Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune. And then for a double feature for Carly Fortune books, we had the prompt was read a book with a holiday or season in the title, and for that obviously I did This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, which I'm also so stoked about. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that. And then last but not least, we have a book with a mythical creature, or with mythical creatures in it, and for that I have A Soul to Heal by Opal Rain. So I feel like, you know, honestly, I feel like these were all really phenomenal pulls. I'm really excited about all of them. I have so many books that I want to read this month that it's like, I don't know. None of these were on my 2026 TBR now that I think about it, but the majority of them. Into the Blue wasn't on my official TBR for the summer, but I knew that I wanted to read it. So like 3 out of the 5 books were on my summer TBR. So, and then, you know, A Soul to Heal was one that I really wanted to get to this month as well. So I'm really excited about all the books that I have to read. I'm really hoping, obviously it's understandable why I'm kind of just really having a hard time reading and focusing on reading, but I'm hoping that the Readathon will give me some renewed love for reading. Not that I've ever stopped loving reading necessarily, but it's just when you're consumed by grief, it's really hard to do things that you love. So yeah, I basically just been trying to survive around here. I wake up my sleeping dragon in the bedroom. I hope not. She does not need to be woken up at freaking 10. All right, well anyway, this video has gone on longer than I thought it would, so thank you all so much for watching. If you have made it this far, you should leave like a little waves and a blue heart emoji for like Into the Blue and then like the summer romance books that I have on here. That'd be great. And then let me know if you feel so inclined to tell me what is on your TBR for August. I'd love to know. Are you participating in any readathons? Are you participating in the full moon readathon? Let me know all that down below. I'm really excited to talk to you guys. And I'm just hopefully I can come back to this because I've really been missing posting videos. I just have not found the energy, mental capacity, whatever you want to call it, to edit. So hopefully I can get this out at a decent time. But without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you so much. And if you like me, if you like seeing my face, hit the like button. If you want to see my face again, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every time I post a new video, I'd follow me on Instagram. That's where you're going to get all the first updates. But if you don't have an Instagram, cross your fingers, hope the notification bell works. And with all that being said, I will see you cuties in the next one very, very soon. Bye, everyone.